it is clear that companies have an increased need of truly rethinking their strategies and to incorporate also a digital component to it. And to be able to do that, the leaders of the organization have to adopt what we call the digital mindset. And the digital mindset comes in a variety of dimensions. The first one is my own dimension. What do I have to do? Which are the capabilities and competencies that I have to work on to actually become also a digital leader, right? And it includes things like I have to be creative, I have to be willing to experiment, I have to be willing to take some risk. Then comes the other dimension, which is the leadership dimension. What type of leadership actually suits to develop these type of new value propositions? It has to be evolving, that we really need what literature calls the situational leaders, the ones that are able to adapt to the situations and adopt one leadership type or another depending on where we are in our evolution of the business model. The third one, the leader that wants to evolve towards a digital mindset needs to have the organization to come up with the structures and processes needed to actually support that. And here what we're seeing is that on all three dimensions, we create paradoxical situations because we have to be controlling but flexible. We have to be willing to continue supporting what we've been using, but then experiment very heavily with the emerging things. That we are going to be fully going in this direction at some point and then suddenly make the swap because suddenly something has changed. A leader that wants to prepare for that has to do a number of things. No? The first one obviously is to get, if it hasn't happened already, more knowledge about what has happened on the technology space. But understanding the technology is just the first thing and probably the easiest one. The difficult ones are the next two. That's because it's influencing the organizational culture so that everybody gets more aware of what's going on, to actually create this openness and awareness of technology in the organization. And then the third one is probably the hardest one, is besides working on the cultural side, working on the processes side. Because we will need to have double-faceted processes, that ones that support today and the one that support the tomorrow. And most of those processes will have some clashes, and the digital mindset leader needs to proactively work to actually confront those clashes and to allow them to happen.